Good morning, my magnificent ones. Sue Paulson here, your magnificence mentor, and we're back with another episode of Tea with Sue. This is number 60. Wow, the numbers just keep going up and up and up. Well, it's been a week, let me tell you. So I titled this particular episode, First the Test, Then the Lesson. Because I got a little test earlier in the week. I was merrily driving my way home after a great visit with a friend and buying a new office chair. You can see the back of it right here. It comes up way higher than my last one, so I'm all snuggled into my new chair. Well, on my way home, a warning light comes on in my car. Not just a warning light, but first there was a little ding, and then this red light comes on and it's flashing. And we're wired as human beings to pay attention to warnings, to danger signs, right? So, but it's just a little tiny light on the dashboard of my car. I didn't know which light it was. I looked at the symbol and it had this circle and it had a little kind of ellipses around it. And there was an exclamation mark in the middle and it's flashing. Well, immediately, unconsciously, I let my ego take over. Well, it had a field day. It spiked my blood pressure and it's doing its happy dance of danger, danger, danger. Oh no, what could this be? And all these thoughts are flooding my mind about, oh no, is it something serious? Should I pull over? Is the car going to explode? Is it going to leave me stranded? Oh no, what could this possibly cost? Oh, not another thing wrong with my car. So my car's older. And bless it, I have a little Volkswagen Jetta, and it's just been such a delight in my life for many years now. But things are starting to wear out. Parts are not functioning the way they used to. So I'd been to the mechanic twice already to the tune a total of about $1,100, and I'm going, oh no. So this set me off, right? I'm panicking internally. I'm still driving. Talk about distracted driving. I'm kind of vibrating with this. And finally, I positioned my hand on the steering wheel so that I couldn't see the flashing light, because every time I saw the flashing light, I got more and more anxious. And I'm going, and there's a part of me going, Sue, what's going on? This isn't you. Well, of course it's me, because it's happening to me and I let it happen to me. So anyway, long story short, I park my car. It's really cold. And I'm thinking, I'm not dealing with this right now. I don't have to go anywhere for a few days. I'm just going to park it in my space and leave it. And just fine. If you want to be that way, I'm just leaving you here. And so I left it for a few days. And then I have these earth angels that come into my life when I need them, and one of them brought a gizmo that does a diagnostic on your car to see what it is, and it confirmed that it was the braking system. There was something faulty in the braking system, but of course we didn't know what that was. So okay, time to get to the mechanic. So I phone the mechanic, and he can hear the frustration in my voice as I'm talking to him about this. I take it in and leave it with them. Another earth angel gives me a lift home so that I'm not inconvenienced and it's not a big deal. And then at Friday morning, I get a phone call from the mechanic. And he says, well, in the brake line, there was a little, what do they call it? Like a washer. This was the problem. this little tiny washer, which is made of aluminum, and it was bigger originally. The proper size, I guess, is about like this, but these were corroding. And so as this one particularly corroded to this size, very thin, then it caused a leak in the brake line. And that was the problem. And I'm going, wow, such a little thing. And then I got the news of, so I'm asking, okay, how much did this cost me now? And this dear man says to me, well, the boss decided that this one is on us, no charge. I'm just, what? Are you kidding me? I'm so excited. I just like, this was a gift, such a big gift. And I said, oh, thank you so much. I said, you guys are my heroes. Well, he said, we thought that probably you were the kind of person that would really appreciate that. And I said, believe me, I do. So then, of course, I think about the madness of my week, because there were other things that was kind of a trigger point for me. And then there were other things that happened. I was working on a project that I discovered is going to take longer to bring into fruition than what I had thought. And of course, it was going to take more work, and I started to feel overwhelmed. So it was that one of those weeks that was kind of a sweet sour. There were some sour things that happened, but then some very sweet things towards the end of the week that happened. So of course, I'm mulling this over because I have a very well-developed neutral observer that's part of me, that kind of sits a little ways distance from me and observes what's going on inside me and around me and so on, and watches how I'm dealing with things, because I want to know. So of course, one of the questions that this neutral observer says to me, wow, Sue, you first an observation, wow, you really overreacted to that incident with your car. Oh, what's going on? That warning light really set you off. What's happening here? And it wasn't judging me. I was, my ego was saying, yeah, what's the matter with you? I thought you were better than this. You thought you were above all of that and blah, blah. And I showed you. So I'm having this little battle with myself. Oh dear. So anyway, it caused me to think about this quite a bit, because I'm thinking, wow, why did I let that set me off? Well, I don't think I have an answer to that. It just did. I let it in. But then when I calmed down, sober second thought, I thought, wow, how often do we move to the absolute worst that could happen, the imaginings of oh, well, my car's going to break down, and then it's going to cost me a whole lot of money to get it towed, and then a whole lot of money to get it fixed, and maybe I won't be able to pay my rent, and on and on and on and on. And we build these mountains out of these little molehills. And I thought, wow, I still do that. Isn't that interesting that I still do that? However, it was short-lived. Now, the benefit I found in having that serious negative focus for a period of time was that when the tide turned, when enough time went by that there was a resolution, then here I get this gift that brings me the greatest joy possible. When he said, it's not costing you anything to have had us fix your car. And I'm going, oh, dance of joy, dance of joy, dance of joy, because it meant a lot to me. And so I couldn't help, there's my observer saying, well, see, Sue, you built this big mountain out of this molehill. It turned out not only was it nothing, but you got this huge gift as a result of that whole experience. And so I thought, wow, so maybe part of the lesson was I can put myself in a position to receive, so that when something not so good happens, how will that get rectified? How will that turn out? And rather than going off the deep end, thinking the worst possible thing is going to happen, anticipate that there will be a lovely way that works out, which of course there was. And I didn't have a physical hand in a lot of that. I mean, I did reach out and ask for help, but the way that the help just flowed right in, and any worries or concerns about it upsetting my schedule or causing interference in other plans that I had had just weren't there. And so it was a great lesson for me to feel that and see that and experience that. So bless the warning light, right? To just trigger me into all kinds of things that I don't need anymore. I've realized that I don't need to feel and go there. But inevitably I may. And I guess my hope is that I shorten that amount of time that it takes me to go into that state and then right back out of it and say, no, okay, thanks for checking in. It's not that serious. We'll deal with it. Something will turn out that is going to be good here. So, and and it was so interesting when I thought about my project too, because I was feeling down about it. I was feeling overwhelmed and just wanting to throw myself the biggest pity party ever. And then dear friends, other earth angels stepped in and said, Sue, you're closer than you think. I'll help. I've got your back. And other lovely women that I connect with every week in a roundtable advisory group, I'm sharing some of my frustrations with them, and they weigh in and say, Sue, it's okay. You're going to be fine. It's going to work out. You're on the right track. And they're uplifting me and appreciating my efforts and so on in a way that was totally beautiful. So that sense that, hey, no matter what hits, I'm not alone. People have my back. The universe has my back. That's very comforting, because I went lots of years being so fiercely independent. I thought that was how I had to be. And now I see that, no, I can let go of that. I can allow receiving. I can allow other people to weigh in and support me when I'm not able to keep myself at the level that I want to be kept at. So, wow. Lots of lessons that life threw my way. First the test, and then the lesson. So this week, I want you to think about, how does that manifest in your life? That maybe you don't go through some of what I go through. Maybe it's peachy keen for you, but if it isn't, what's that little observer saying? Can you suspend the judgment of what you're going through? And can you take that big mountain of what looks like impossibilities that are out here, and then just say, whoa, let's think about this for a minute. Let's breathe through it, feel the feelings, and allow them to just dissipate at some point. And then when you have your equilibrium back, well, what am I learning about this? How does that impact me? And is there someone else who could support me through this, so that I don't have to feel alone in this journey? You can do this. I did it. You can do it. We are that magnificent. You are that magnificent. Well, I wish you many blessings over this weekend. We're getting closer to spring, so I'm excited about that idea. And we'll be back next week with Tea with Sue. If you're enjoying Tea with Sue, please subscribe to my channel. Share if you know someone in your life that might need a little uplifting or a change of pace. And you can always find all the rest of the Tea with Sue on my app, The Magnificence Mentor. It's a free download, and if you subscribe to be a free member, then there's even more content there for you. Until next week, take good care.